Hi guys, and welcome to my channel here at Nick Reads Books. My name is Nick, and today I'm going to be going through all the books and manga that I plan to read in the month of November. The last 2 months have been really good on the reading front for me. I am currently really close to finishing the Faithful and the Fallen series by John Gwynne, and I'm just about to finish the Red Rising series, and as of recording this video, actually I have finished Morning Star, the third book in the Red Rising series, so the first trilogy. But with that being said, let's jump into the books I plan to read in the month of November. So starting off the month of November, I will and have already actually read, as of the recording of this video, Morning Star by P.S. Brown. I absolutely loved this book and the 3 books to start off this series, and I can't wait to get into the remainder of the series, that being Iron Gold, Dark Age, and Lightbringer. As it is the third book in the series, it's a bit hard to go into any detail without going to spoiler territory, but suffices to say it's one of the best endings to an original trilogy I think I've read so far. For those of you who may not have heard about Red Rising, which I think is quite hard if you've been on or watched any booktubers or videos on booktube, it follows the character of Darrow from Lycos, who is a red, and the society that he is born into on Mars, and then it just expands from there and becomes this quite large and overarching story. I would recommend the Red Rising series to everyone. I think the first book has its issues, but overall I really enjoyed it, and I think you should push on past the first book if you're sitting on the fence. So the second book of the month I decided to read actually was decided by a random number generator, or a spinning wheel generator, and that is Jingo by Terry Pratchett, the 21st book in the Discworld series, and I believe the 4th one in the City Watch series. Terry Pratchett is currently one of my most read authors. I think I've read close to 10 novels of his, and every single one of them I've absolutely adored. His writing style and his ability to write, I believe, quintessential British humour is just absolutely amazing. I would put it up there with the likes of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I listened to the audiobook earlier in this year, and it's absolutely amazing. Terry Pratchett just does the absurdist fantasy like no one else, and has never made me laugh so much in reading a book. I'm currently about halfway through Jingo, and it is some of the most amazing writing, humour, I think, even of the Discworld series. It's easily in my top, I would say, 4, maybe 3 of Terry Pratchett's books. I plan to do a bit of a deeper dive into Jingo in a later date, just writing the script for that now, and I'll get my thoughts down on paper around the themes that are brought up in the book and what it's trying to say, and just how Terry does that absolutely beautifully. So another book I plan to pick up in the month of November is book 7 in the Wheel of Time, The Crown of Swords. Really been pushing through the Wheel of Time series this year. Decided that it was the next big series that I wanted to sort of get under my belt after I finished Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson and I'd caught up in the Stormlight Archive. I've really been enjoying my journey so far through the Wheel of Time. I wouldn't say it's my favourite series, but it's definitely up there with some of the best epic fantasy that I've read. I think I said in my wrap-up video last time that I'm not really vibing with some of the main female characters, but I've heard from a lot of booktubers that I respect, and I think I have a similar opinion on that they become some of their favourite characters. So I'm hoping that that will change. I think that's kind of happened with Navani. I think that's her name. She keeps tugging her braid and stuff like that, but some of the stuff that happened in the last book, I think she's really developed, and I think if she can kind of get over herself and realize she isn't the big fish in the pond, that moving forward she will become one of my more liked characters. But overall, Rand, Matt, and Perrin, yet again, are just some of my favorite characters in fantasy. Rand is currently my most liked chosen one trope character, and I can only see that going up from here. he is just amazing. He's awesome, and that's what I like in my characters. Finally got to see a bit more of Perrin. Perrin came back for a few chapters there at the beginning and then in the end, and Lord of the Chaos had one of the best endings I've ever read in fantasy. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to jumping in to the Crown of Swords. The next book slash series that I'm looking to jump into, and I've actually started reading on my Kindle, is more of a longer term goal and an absolutely massive series, and that is The Wandering Inn. I've started volume 1 by Pirate Arbor, and this comes under the category or subgenre of lit RPG fantasy, very reminiscent of Dungeons and Dragons, in fact being mentioned in or alluded to in the first part of the book. I've heard Matt's book reviews talk about it, and a couple of other booktubers, and he raves about it. I'm currently enjoying it so far, and I've only just scratched the surface. As this book is currently, I think, well, the first volume is over 1,000 pages, and the entire series is larger by 3 or 4-fold than the Wheel of Time. This is more of a long-term goal, and I thought I'd just start reading a few chapters a night of it if I wanted to try and get it done over November and December, as it is such a large book, and I want to jump into, as I said, The Crown of Swords, which is also a bit of a chunky book. That's why I'm currently reading that alongside Jingo. I actually have a holiday coming up to Japan at the end of the month, so this book as well will be on my Kindle, which I plan to take, so I can hopefully get some reading done on the plane and at night time while I'm on holiday. But hopefully I can get through most of this by the end of November, as we are halfway through already. But yeah, that is The Wandering Inn Volume 1 by Pirate Arbor, which is the 4th book on my list to read in November. So jumping into the manga side, I've been following along with the anime and the manga currently of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm currently up to volume 14 and plan to read the next couple of volumes over this month, in between probably Jingo and The Crown of Swords. I can easily get through a couple of volumes in a day. The series is absolutely amazing. It probably is currently sitting as number 2 behind One Piece for me as a manga. As you can see behind me, I've got the whole volumes 1 to 20 of the English release of Jujutsu Kaisen. I recently picked up Real by the same author as Vagabond and Slam Dunk. This one also a basketball manga that I'm currently interested in, but follows wheelchair basketball, and I've heard absolutely amazing things about it. The story, the art it speaks for itself, as Vagabond does. But those are a couple of manga that I'm looking to jump into this month. Well, there you have it. That is all the books and manga I plan to get to in the month of November. I know this video is a bit late into the month, but I wanted to get it out and get back on track with a couple of more videos for you guys. Bit of an ambitious target for me this month, but I've really been getting stuck into my reading in between other things such as video games and movies slash TV shows. Yeah, feel free to like and subscribe, and if you want to leave a comment, I'll endeavour to get back to any comments that are left, and any sort of interaction with the video helps the channel out. So I'll see you guys in another video soon. See ya.